right, good morning. All right, let's go over the scenarios for today. ES and Nasdaq both broke above the range. Actually, Nasdaq broke above the range. ES is breaking the highs, is actually to the tick. The highs of December, 41.50. And now it's pulling back a little bit. Now, for when you have a gap like this, 32 points, we're opening above yesterday's range. Sometimes it could be a little hard to fill the gap right away, so I'm looking at this low volume node at 25, 23. So I'm expecting that to become initially to be a little bit of a support. But overnight inventory is like 99% long. That means that from the close, all the activity happened above the close. So usually you get an inventory correction, which we're getting a little bit of it now. And the inventory correction should at least test this half at 25, then yesterday's high, and then yesterday's close at 48.11. That's the scenario that quote unquote should happen. Hold on, let me mute this thing. That's the scenario that should happen. And if it doesn't, that means that there's still, we're still looking for sellers, and we're going to keep moving higher until we find some sellers that are willing to initiate and take this prices lower. If we get into this into the range from yesterday, we're going to be back at the area we've been trading at, which is this range, right? So if you look at, if we were able to go through this low volume area, we're gonna hit this high volume node eventually, and then we're likely gonna see some support in this area, the 4804. But if we don't, then look for 4800 and 4792. And as usual, the rule is that if we break out, or if we attempt to break above a range and we fail, then the likelihood of coming to the low end of the range, which is at the 4760 area, is very high. So one day at a time, one level at a time, but that's what we should be looking for, right? Like if we fail, then do we get back inside yesterday's range? If we do we take this high volume nodes? If we do, then we're likely gonna come down again to the side and maybe come down lower. On the upper side, we have the target that we've been talking about for a few days, 48.52. And then we really have nothing above. So if we have nothing above, then if we see that the market is trending up, then we want to go with the trend. We want to see if it's a rotational day, or if it's a one-time framing up and we keep trending higher and higher. If we do, then I'll just go with the trend. You cannot be thinking about shorting a trending market, because you're gonna get killed. Until we really see a reversal with initiating sellers and a strong, with size and volume, then we can look for a reversal. But until then, reversals are probably going to be short-lived, because whoever was short, the last couple of days is going to be trying to close their positions. They're going to get stopped out. They're going to be buying every chance they get as we move lower. So that's pretty much it. For NQ, hold on. For NQ, NQ is way more bullish. I marked here all these buy areas that are for me with this low volume notes, just to buy for some scalps, for bounces. But this huge moves from the low. In 2 days we're able to go through this whole range, left the gap unfilled. So it looks a little more balanced as far as the range goes, right? Because you have this high right here in relationship to where the point of control is at 16,960, and to the low end of the range, it kind of makes like a symmetrical profile. So there is a possibility that this is, NQ is now in balance, and now we come back to value at 16,960, maybe then fill the gap, and this still be the range, right? If not, I would look for these areas to be support and see if we bounce here, or if we, like this, use this as references to see, okay, well, do we just keep extending higher and extending the range, like I said yesterday, at 17,400, or do we come down here and then start filling this area with volume, and then this becomes an extended range in which we're gonna keep trading at. But until this is more clearly defined, we gotta go with the information that the market's giving us, which is it wants higher, and until it shows us otherwise, we gotta go with a trend. All right, good luck.